to prove that the Cantor set has zero measure. Okay. So what is that Cantor set? We call the Cantor set. Okay, C is the Cantor set. Cantor set enna ஞாபகம் இருக்கா? Cantor set enna? First you consider closed 0 1, right? That is my P1, right? P2 is obtained. You take this as a P0 without any deletion. The second one is the set 0, 1, okay, from which the middle 1/3 part is removed. Okay, it's open 1/3, 2/3 is removed. So P1 is nothing but exactly P0, that is 0, 1. From this 1/3, 2/3 is removed. Okay, that means exactly the set is 0, 1/3 union 2/3, 1. The second process is the same thing. We do it in the remaining part. P0, P2 is the set obtained from P1. So P1 is nothing but zero, 1/3, 2/3, 1. This is the P2. So from each piece we remove 1/3 of median. This is 1/9, 2/9. This set is 3/9. That is exactly 1/3. This is 6/9. So this is 7/9, 8/9. This is 9/9, 1. So this middle set is removed. So P2 is obtained from P1. That union of two things are removed. Union of two things. Right? 1/9, 2/9 union 7/9, 8/9. This set is okay. This is exactly, this is 0, 1/9 union 2/9, 1/3 union 2/3, 7/9, 8/9, 1. Okay, this is P2. Okay, do you look at this measure of P0? What is the measure of P0? This is exactly 1. Measure of, let me write in the other format. What's the measure of P1? P0? This is 1. Measure of P1, the union of two closed intervals. First one 1/3, second one is also 1/3. So this is 2/3. Not 2/3. Okay, 2/3, right? This 1, 2/3, right? What about the measure of P2? 4 pieces of intervals of length 1/9. So this is 4/9. This is, I rewrite this as 2/3 cube. Then P3 is obtained in the similar way. Okay. Here from the P2 has 4 pieces of intervals of length 1/9. From each interval you remove the 1/3 of the middle interval, middle part. So from the 0, 1, 0, 1, we have this one is fully removed. this one. This is 1 by 9. This is 2 by 9. This is 3 by 9, that is 1 by 3. This is 2 by 3. That is 6 by 9. 7 by 9. 8 by 9. 9 by 9 is 1. Right? From this we remove middle. So we have to separate this interval 0, 1 by 9 into 3 parts. Each will be of 1 by 27 of length. So remove the middle, then each, okay, the 4 subintervals are further splitted into, each one is splitted into 2. So 4 splitted into 8, each of the length 1 by 27. So P3 is of measure of P3 is of, it is a union of 8 disjoint closed intervals. Each of the interval has length 1 by 27. So this is 8 by 27. This is 2 by 3 whole cube. Okay, proceeding in this way. At the nth stage, so proceeding in this way. So what is a way? At each stage we have to split, okay, each subinterval, disjoint subinterval into 3 parts. You remove the middle one, okay, to produce 2 disjoint subintervals. Then you take the union of all. So at the nth stage, okay, we obtain Pn. The measure of Pn will be 2 by 3. Measure of Pn will be 2 by 3 whole power n. So don't worry about the interval, right? The main thing in this interval is, from this interval P0 0, 1, okay, middle is removed, middle third, you get P1. So not only, okay, we have the measure P0 is contained in P1, contained in P0. Here from P1, you see that definition. P2 is obtained from P1, okay, something is removed. So the measure, the set P2 is contained in P1, and so on. Here also P3 contained in P1. So not only we calculate the measure, also we have the following. Right? Pn contained in Pn minus 1, Pn minus 1 contained in Pn minus 2, and so on. And so on, contained in P0, P1 contained in P0. Right? What about the measure of P0? Finite. It is 1, so it is finite. Okay. Now we define the Cantor set. So definition of Cantor set, we define Cantor set C as the intersection of all the p's, right? As C equal to intersection Pn, n from 0 to infinity. Okay. So now we know that the Cantor set is uncountable, right? Clearly, so from the basic analysis, so real analysis says, implies that Cantor set is uncountable. So now we calculate the measure of C. Right? It is an uncountable set. We calculate the measure of C using the property of the measure. Fourth property, you remember that? Fourth property is, if measure of E1 is finite, E1 contained in E2, contained in so on, then measure of limit En. Limit En is for the decreasing sequence, limit is the intersection of all the En. This is limit of measure of En. Right? So we are going to use this 4. Right? 4 is recall. by equation 4 we calculate the measure of C. The measure of C, by the definition, C is intersection of all the disjoint into this elementary set. This can be written as limit Pn. So by the property, measure of limit Pn for the decreasing sequence is limit of measure of Pn. So what is the measure of Pn? 2 by 3 whole power n, and this measure is 0. So this limit is 0. Therefore, measure of this Cantor set is 0. So this is an example of uncountable set having 0 measure. Right? So the statement is this: every countable set has 0 measure. Okay, and what about the measure of uncountable set? Need not be non-zero, right? There exist. The next question: what about, once the countable set has measure 0 means obviously the other, we raise the question in the other way that uncountable set, may or may not have non-zero measure. We don't know, but there exist. Uncountable sets of 0 measure.